What's going on, guys? Antonio here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, and let's get into it. Okay, so they dropped the actual season trailer for Loki. There had been a teaser. There was a teaser a couple months ago. It didn't really have anything in it. And then, obviously, if you saw Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, you saw the one of the end scenes. When you watched the credits in the end scene, you saw that it was Loki and what was it, Morpheus, Owen Wilson's character, and they had gone back to like the 1800s, and they were watching a show from a gentleman by the name of Victor Timely. If you read Marvel Comics, if you're familiar with Kang the Conqueror, you know that Victor Timely is yet another Kang variant. And of course, Victor Timely, Kang, is played by Jonathan Majors. Now, there are still some issues there regarding Jonathan Majors. Looks like Marvel is, because some of the information from some of the articles that I've read, Jonathan Majors' legal team, they've provided information to the Disney people, and I think they feel confident that he is going to get past some of the legal issues that he is currently having. So, which is why because there had, I had talked about it a couple months ago that they had kind of scrambled and they were like, do we need to recast him? It looks like they're going to at least stall and try to hope, because I think he's got another thing coming next month, that he's got another hearing. And there were some reports in, I think it was the New York Post had put an article up saying that the police had some evidence on the young woman who was his accuser and certain things. So if those things pan out and the charges are dismissed, then Disney is smart to kind of hedge their bets and not just, come right. A lot of times when there's an accusation, they just automatically, like what happened with Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, even though, he lost one suit and then he won the other one that was held in America. And so, and people are like, well, you guys fired him, and, he lost his job in the, what was the Harry Potter thing where he was playing the villain, and, that whole thing just got real convoluted. So I think maybe Disney is like, okay, if Jonathan Majors, because they have big plans for Kang, they've already said, he signed, his deal was worth $20 million. They signed Jonathan Majors, $20 million deal. He's going to be in multiple pictures. They're going to do, obviously they announced Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and he's supposed to be in Secret Wars and these Loki seasons, and so he was going, how they do these Marvel movies, he was going to pop up in the end credits, just like the way they did Thanos. They did Thanos the same way. He'd start popping up at the in little parts and, little things to build up to Kang Dynasty, which everybody was excited. When they announced that they were doing Kang Dynasty, everybody got really excited about that. So then the legal stuff came and they were like, uh-oh. And they had already shot Loki season 2, so they kind of panicked a little bit. But I'm kind of glad that they haven't frozen. There's a documentary of the making of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and they stalled that out. One thing I did see, it was an article I read, I think it was in Deadline, and they were talking about one of the things that Marvel's doing to kind of lessen the fact that Jonathan Majors is in there. Instead of having him as a cast member, it says special guest star Jonathan Majors, even though he's, there. And matter of fact, if you see the trailer for Loki season 2, I'm gonna put it on the community page. But if you see it, they have him literally in just one scene. And the big surprise that was revealed in the trailer is what's his name, Ke Huy Quan. Ke Huy Quan. Remember him from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Obviously, he was in Goonies and Encino Man, and he just won an Oscar for Everything Everywhere All at Once. They've been sitting on this because they had never announced that he was going to be on the show. So the fact that the trailer came out and he's in it, a lot of people were like, "Oh, okay, he's in it." So they got all excited. I've seen, it was all over my social media and some of the comic book forums and stuff. They're like, "Oh, he's in it." So I don't know how big his part is in Loki season 2, but he's just a likable guy. I remember when I watched him when he won his Oscar and everything, and I was excited because I remember watching Goonies, and I remember when he was Short Round in Indiana Jones and all that kind of stuff. I was like, yeah, I like him. He's a likable guy. So when he popped up in the Loki trailer, it kind of made me smile. I was like, because he wasn't in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. A lot of people got really upset about that because they had this other kid in there, and everyone's like, why did they got this kid? And I was gonna do Indiana Jones 5 review, and I watched it, and I was just like, it's okay, it's not worth talking about. I understand why it's getting the blowback and everything. So they said Ke Huy Quan was willing to appear, and what's the guy, James Mangold, he thumbs down on that. He decided, he's like, yeah, I don't want this guy in the movie. And that just seems boneheaded. If it's the final time we're going to see Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones 5 was definitely better than, what was it, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It was definitely better than that, but it kind of went out with a whimper instead of a bang. So if you're going to, they had, what was it, I can't remember the guy's name, Reese. Either way, so they had characters from that had been in the Indiana Jones movies from the first movie all the way to this one. So if you're going to do the fan service and go, oh yeah, I remember him. Oh, he was in the second one. Oh, blah, blah. And you're going to do that, and you're going to bring some of these characters that people hadn't seen for like 30, 40 years and bring them back. Then give a Short Round, and even if it's just a scene or two, and let him, be in there, because Harrison Ford seems to like him. He's been at a couple of the premieres, and they hug on each other and stuff. They seem to like each other. So why not just shoot a couple scenes and put him in there? I didn't understand why James Mangold said no on that, but he's gonna be in Loki season 2. So I thought Loki season 1 was great. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to enjoy it. Hopefully, like I said, they got the stuff with Jonathan Majors. I hope that works out, because if not, then we will be getting a new Kang, and that is beyond dispute. But I am very curious to know what you guys think. If you saw the full trailer for Loki season 2, and if you liked it, if you're excited about Ke Huy Quan, do you care that they haven't recast Jonathan Majors? I'm curious about all that stuff. Get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I'm out. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and please check out my podcast at anchor.fm/Ikari Press, or just type in Ikari Press on your favorite streaming platform today.